Hi everybody, it's Crystal. Welcome to my channel, Bagoday Crochet, where we talk about everything that is yarn and crochet related. So welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So today we're going to be doing a crochet tutorial, and it's a very easy one to do as long as you know how to single and double crochet. So we're going to be making this twisted wrap, or it's kind of like a stole, you know, that you wear over your shoulders. I like it a lot. You know, I don't wear a lot of crochet, but this is something I would probably wear. I usually wear a lot, hats mostly, but so it's very easy. The construction is one long piece, and then we'll do a twist here and sew it together to make that twist in the middle. Like I said, it's super easy. Isn't that neat? It's so beautiful. I like it a lot. I do. So, it's very easy to size. What you want to do is, for the length, we're going to all do the same width, unless you want it wider. Of course, you can do it wider, but the width is about 15 inches. I'll give you the multiple of the stitch, or you can make it bigger if you want, wider than what you see on me. But as for the size, what you want to do is make it about 6 inches longer than your chest size. So, this is TMI, but my chest size is about 38 inches. So I made mine about 44 inches long. And then I'll show you how to make the twist in it. To make the twist. All right, let me go ahead and set it to the side. And we'll talk about the yarn that I used. Now, you do not have to use the yarn that I used. I used yarn from Yarn Snob Yarns. This is his Power Ball. It's a hand-dyed yarn. Superwash Merino. It is a medium weight number 4. So any medium weight number 4 will work. You can use any brand, any fiber that you choose. It doesn't have to be merino. Acrylic's fine, you know, anything like that. There are almost 1,100 yards here. So for the size I'm doing, you know, I used about 900 yards. So probably tack on another 50. You know, you want to be tell you a little bit more than less, so you don't run out. Probably for every inch that you add to your piece. So say you're doing 4 more inches than me. About 20 yards per inch. So I hope that makes sense. So, like I said, every inch that you add, tack on another 20 yards of yarn. Or every inch that you take away 20 yards of yarn. I think that makes sense. All right, so yeah, like I said, any 4 weight will work. You do not have to use this one. And then for the hook, we're going to be using a size J, which is a 6mm crochet hook. So this is so easy to do. All right, so this stitch is done in any even number of stitches. To make it about 15 inches wide, which is what I did, I started with a chain of 50. So you could do it bigger or smaller, but if you want to get it around 15 inches or so, start with a chain of 50. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a single crochet in the second stitch from our hook. And then we're going to put 1 single crochet in every single stitch for the length of the chain. So row 1 is this 1 single in every stitch until you get to the end of your row. Just like that. Alright, once you make it to the end of row 1, we'll go ahead and start row 2, and row 2 is actually the repeat row. So it's just a 1 row repeat, back and forth, back and forth. I am doing mine on a smaller scale, in case you notice mine being smaller. So we'll go ahead and start row 2. We're going to chain 1 and turn our work, and that chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So we're going to go back into this very first stitch, and we're going to go into it, and we're going to work 1 single crochet and a double crochet into the same stitch. And then we start the repeat. And now we're going to start the repeat. We're going to skip one, and in the next stitch we're going to do the same thing. We're going to work one single crochet, and in the same stitch we're going to work a double crochet. Skip one. The next one we work one single crochet and a double crochet into the same stitch. Skip one, and in the next one, one single crochet and one double crochet into the same stitch. And we're going to do this until we get to the last till we get down here to the end of the row. Again, skip one, and in the next stitch we put one single crochet and one double crochet. So I'm going to keep repeating this pattern, and I'll meet back up with you when I make it to the end. Skip one, single and double into the next. Alright, when you make it to the end, you should have 2 stitches that remain. Skip one and put just one single crochet into the last stitch. Just one single, like that. And that ends the row, and that ends the repeat. So for row 3, we're just going to do what we did on row 2. We're going to chain 1, turn our work, and into the very first stitch here, we're going to put a single crochet and a double crochet. And then we're going to skip 1 stitch, and in the next stitch we're going to put a single crochet and a double crochet. Again, we skip 1, and in the next stitch, single crochet and a double crochet. And this is the pattern that we're going to repeat all the way to the end. It's the same as the previous row. But if you notice, we are always working in the single crochet from the previous row. We skip 1, which is the double from the previous row, and we go into that single. And we single crochet into it and double crochet. Skip 1, single crochet and double crochet. And again, remember, this is the same as we did on row 2. We're just going to keep repeating this. I'll meet back up with you when we make it to the end of this row. And remember, when you make it to the end, you'll have 2 stitches left. In the very last stitch, we just put 1 single crochet into it, chain 1 and turn, and repeat. So we're just going to keep repeating that row back and forth until you get it the size that you need it to be. Remember, you want to get it about 6 more inches than your chest size, and then we'll sew it up. I'm going to show you how we're going to sew it up and get that twist. It's kind of like if you've ever done a twisted headband. We're going to do it like that, only we're going to do it with this big piece. So, since both sides look the same, it doesn't really matter which side that you use, but when you clip off, leave a long tail. Mine's probably way too long, it's like 5 feet, but to sew it up with. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the bottom and we're going to bring it up to the top, to the middle of the top. This end needs to be in the middle, so just somewhere around the middle, like that. See that? Okay, and straighten it out here at the top. And then we're going to take this piece and we're going to fold it behind the back. And then you can kind of fix it if it needs to go over more. Just make sure they meet up in the middle there. So this piece is here. The other piece folded to the back. Yeah. Might take you a minute. Well, it takes me a minute here to get it all situated and in the center. And then fold that one in the back. There we go. So now you can see those are about all centered up there pretty well. Now we're going to take this piece here and flip it over the front. So now we have like a little burrito there. And that's what we're going to sew that all together. nice and neatly. See that? So I'm going to pull my piece over here. So we're going to go ahead and load up our yarn needle. That's way too much yarn. I'm going to clip a little bit of that off. All right. Regular yarn needle. And we're going to take our time and we're going to neatly sew this together. Try to keep your lines as straight as possible. And we have 4 pieces there, you see, that we need to go through each time we sew. All right, and then you just begin. So I'm going to start in this first one, kind of go somewhere or into the next one here, and this one right here, and then the back one, and pull it through. Now I'm going to go back and forth. I'm not going to go around and around. So I'm going to go back through this one, the next stitch on this one, the next stitch on this one, the next stitch on this one. Pull it through and pull it kind of a little bit tight if you can, and again back through all 4 pieces. Now it doesn't have to be, you don't have to get the exact same stitches, you know, on all 4 pieces, but try to go through all 4 pieces each time you go through. We want to make sure that it's good and tight and it doesn't come undone. This is what we're going to do all the way around. We're just kind of sewing up this little burrito that we made. Sew it nice and neat, nice and tight, back and forth. Just like this. So I'm going to continue this until I make it all the way here, and it's all sewn up to the end. All right, I made it all the way across, and now I'm just going back again, just to kind of make and secure it, and it's hiding my tail at the same time. You don't have to go all the way across, but just trying to make sure I got it good. We don't need it coming undone. All right, and then I have the tail at the end here. That is the beginning tail, so I'm just going to go ahead and hide that one as well, just by doing the same thing here, going through all the pieces, cross a couple times. And then we'll clip these tails. All right, it's good on that. Okay, go ahead and clip these tails off here. Now this is what we're going to do, is we're going to flip it inside out. It's going to have a twist there in the front, kind of like the headband has. Here we go. So it's like a big twisted thing now. Okay, so this would go over your back here. Let me move my camera out a little bit. And this is what will be in the front. This twisted piece. Let me try to get it straightened out of how it's going to look. Well, you've seen the pictures. Hopefully it looks okay. But that's how it looks. I think it's cool. I like it. That's it. Now you can wear it like a stole or however you want to wear it, you know. It's so pretty. But brown is my favorite color, so that could be making a difference. But I like that twist in front. That looks amazing. Well, I hope that you enjoyed my tutorial and I was able to follow along, okay? Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my tutorials or yarn content. Check out the description below for that link. There's a link there with all my tutorials. There's over 1,000 of them, all free there for you to enjoy. So, yep, subscribe, like, give me a share if you can, and tell all your friends about Bagoday. I'll see you guys next time, okay? Take care. Bye, guys.